Hey everyone, this is Scott from Forgot to Roll Podcast. Welcome to another edition of ReWatching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Today I'm going to be talking about Season 2, Episode 6, A Fractured House. I'm just going to be starting off by giving you guys the plot summary for this episode, then just talking about my general thoughts, some foreshadowing I noticed, and foreshadowing and Easter eggs, that is. But let's just get started with that plot summary, which says, during a United Nations meeting on S.H.I.E.L.D., Hydra agents posing as S.H.I.E.L.D. operatives attack and kill several world representatives. Senator Christian Ward, the brother of Grant Ward, decides to use this incident to propose a multinational anti-S.H.I.E.L.D. initiative. As Coulson meets with Christian to propose a win-win solution, Skye interrogates Grant about Christian. Grant explains to Skye that Christian is a master manipulator. Christian tells Coulson that this is a lie, with both S.H.I.E.L.D. agents attempting to ascertain which Ward brother is being truthful. Christian and Coulson agree to abandon the anti-S.H.I.E.L.D. proposal in exchange for Grant's transfer to Christian to stand trial, but Grant escapes while being transferred. May leads the team against the Hydra agents who attack the UN, capturing several agents and turning them over to Talbot, who begins to agree with Coulson's mission and offers his condolences for the fallen S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. So that's the plot summary for this episode, guys. A bunch really happened when it comes down to S.H.I.E.L.D. as an organization in the world of the eyes of the world, that is, in the MCU. And that's what I really like about this episode. I like that we got the introduction of Grant Ward's older brother. I meant to look up the actor's name, I forgot now, but he was one of the stars of the show Blue Collar, which I really enjoyed him in. It was really interesting to see him kind of be taking a little bit of a different approach with this character. He's not the nice guy he was in the show Blue Collar, and so it's interesting to see him taking on this Christian Ward character. I really liked that dynamic in this episode. We're getting we don't know who to trust. Christian Ward's just like, oh, sure, yeah, it's a well this time, and Grant's like, no, he's manipulating him. It's a whole. I just really enjoyed that dynamic between. Dynamic's not the right word. I just really liked the way the episode was written with that, and the way they had both those characters, and left it really ambiguous a little bit as to which one of them is telling the truth, which one is the manipulator, who's the one that was actually the crazy kid, which one of them So I really like that they left that ambiguous, and they're kind of playing both sides. They're both like, no, he's not right, and he's not right, and I just really like that about this episode in particular. It's really it's a big focus of this episode, obviously, and I just really enjoyed that. I like the introduction, as terrible as it sounds, of the splinter cells, the weapons they use in this episode to kill some people, but it's just a cool effect. It's just as terrible of a thing as it is. It is kind of a cool effect, though, but yeah. Anyways, some other things I enjoyed about this episode. What do I have written down? Oh, at the beginning we see Bobby's wearing a Star Wars shirt. That's not really much, but I noticed it this time, and I thought it was cool. I'm like, you guys own Star Wars, ABC, it's Disney doing their thing. Anyways, I thought that was kind of cool. We also get a little drop in this line. I don't know if we've learned this before in the show, but I don't think we have. We learned that May's married, and obviously for those of us who are rewatching this, we know this already, and we know who her husband turns out to be later in this season, next season? I can't remember which season he pops up in. I'm pretty sure it's this season, though. But yeah, so we get that little hint, and I like that she doesn't even straight up say yes. She just kind of nods and then goes along with Bobby. So I like that we get that very little bit of foreshadowing into it, but I can't remember now if this is the first mention of her being married in the show or not. Guys, let me know in the comments below if this is something we've talked about before. I'm having a very slight recollection that this might have been a little thing like this dropped in another episode, but I can't remember. Sure, let me know if you guys remember. But what else did I have written down? Ward's older brother, the Ward versus Ward. I really liked who was the more troubled one. Ward escaping at the end. I thought that was a pretty kind of it was a well done scene, him sitting there, he's looking into his eyes. Just well shot scene for being only 10-15 seconds. And then at the end, this is something that wasn't in the plot summary actually, we see a random dude with alien writing tattoos, and I'm completely blanking on how this guy ties into the show at all. Yeah, my bad. I vaguely remember this guy, but I don't remember who he is and how he ties in, but I know he's coming back, obviously, tying in with the alien writings. So don't don't spoil that one for me, guys. I do want to relearn who this guy is in the next few episodes. But that was a cool little tie-in at the end, just leaving a big little cliffhanger for you guys for a little bit. So I like that little addition into this episode. But yeah, overall this was just a good episode. I liked the I like that we get Fitz and Simmons starting to have to kind of like come to terms with to each other. They're trying to get past that awkwardness, and Fitz is like, I'm not the same. I know you want me to be the same. And she's like, no, it's just a little bit of misunderstanding between them. And Mac is kind of able to help kind of bridge the gap in between these two of kind of split apart, but we obviously know they get back together. But yeah, I just enjoyed that in this episode, just the way it was done, that kind of tension between them, and how they just address it right away. They don't put it off too long, but they kind of get to it, and Mac's there to help, and just, yeah. No, I just enjoyed this episode overall. But what did you guys think of this episode? Was there anything I missed that you liked in particular? Let me know in the comments below. But thanks for joining me again today, guys, and have a good one.